Hey, good morning, Facebook Live, friends, family. My screen looks a little dirty here. Let me know if you're seeing it all right. I'm gonna get something to clean it out. I'm in my car, my new destination on Tuesday mornings. Hi, Jen. How's it going, girl? You can see where I'm sitting. It's not the lap of luxury, I tell you. I'm just sitting in a parking lot. Hey, Kelly. Thanks for jumping in here with me. Jessica. Hi, everybody. I think it's awesome that you guys are joining me on these lives and supporting me through this process. Hi, Zarina. Good to see you. Wesley. Hello. So I love my little group here. You all have been so supportive of me and each other. And the whole purpose for this live is to be of service, public service, to share my experience, strength, and hope as a woman who is recovering from depression, codependency, as a licensed marriage and family therapist of 32 years experience, working in the field with trauma, addiction, and codependency as my three big components, I guess, or the three things that I have in my wheelhouse. So I'm enjoying it. It is a lot of work. It is a big commitment to stop in my day and take a breather and do this with you all, but it really helps me too to get some perspective and to stop the rat race for a minute. So when we're on these lives, anytime you have questions or comments and they come on the screen, I want you to know that I do read them live. There's no editing of that. If you're super rude, angry, negative, mean to myself or to my peeps, I probably won't respond. Sometimes I do with something very loving and short, but I will try not to draw my attention there, as you know, there's no reason to be mean. This is to try to support and love and help myself and you guys and whoever's watching. If something that I say could change a life, then I've served the purpose that I intended to serve, not only on this live, but on the planet. So, hi, Tracy. I'm glad that it helps you all too. So, one of the things that, you know, the programs of Alcoholics Anonymous teaches some beautiful and brilliant things and a simple way of living life. And it says, if you have more, give more is one thing. And it says you can't keep what you don't give away. So I try to do this and give away what I have, as much strength, as much hope, especially hope and inspiration that I have, because many people did that for me on my journey and in my dark places in my life where I got stuck, you know. Hi. Hey, Sela, Rochelle, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad they're helpful to you. You guys, I put an interesting topic, so I'm curious if you guys saw it, but I titled it, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. So somehow that came up when we were talking about codependency last week or something, one of my topics. And I found it very interesting that it just popped out of my mouth. And so, hi, John. So I thought I'd share it with you today. I always take the first few minutes to just kind of talk about a whole lot of nothing and a whole lot of what's just coming off at the top of my head, because it's unscripted. And then I try to jump into the live so you guys know that there is a purpose and a direction for where I'm headed. So we've been on here a couple of minutes. I see on the little clock here in my car. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tackle this. When bad things happen to good people. I think one of the things is we have to have a rude awakening. And that rude awakening is this: bad things happen to all people. And sometimes, hey, how's it going, Subima? Everything's going great over here. Oh, John says this topic is about me. I think it's about me, and I'm thinking it's about, I'm going to assume y'all are good people, so it's about all of us watching right now. Is we have to have a rude awakening. It happens to all of us. Bad things happen to everyone. You are not being singled out because you're this wonderful, great person who's done most of their life right, who's taken care of others, who's been selfless. And hi, Julie. And all of a sudden, you get kicked in the tookish, and God takes you down a notch. And you start questioning your beliefs, you start questioning your spiritual beliefs, you start questioning your own constitution about what you're capable of. And I want to tell you that you're not being singled out. Bad things don't happen to you as a good person while other bad people are getting away with bad things. That's not what's happening. We all will experience pain and struggle and strife in our life. Hi, Wayden. It's part of the human condition. It's not being singled out. You are not being treated badly because you're owed, you need to owe somebody something, or you need to learn a lesson. Now, the perspective of thinking of it as learning a lesson might help you get through the bad experience better than thinking, what's wrong with me and why do bad things happen to me? When when you take that perspective, it's like seeing yourself almost as a victim. And whenever we feel victimized, we're going to experience sorrow and pain. There are true circumstances where we are victimized. You're assaulted, you're beat up, you're raped, your child is in a car accident, you're in a car accident, someone steals, robs, lies, or cheats. I mean, these are circumstances where you certainly have been victimized. Your mindset, hello from sunny San Antonio. It's somewhat sunny in California. Yeah, it's not too bad. A little overcast, but still sunny in Southern California. Thank you for jumping on, Sean. So when you're dealing with being victimized, one of the ways that you will suffer more is to stay in the mindset of I am a victim. What is wrong with me? Why has this happened to me? Why me? What have I done? When we get into this mindset of being victimized, it actually adds to the pain and the stress and the strife of the situation. It doesn't alleviate any of our pain by saying that. It's good to talk about it. It's good to express your feelings about it, but not to say to yourself, why me? So I've talked to you guys, a bunch of times, if you're a regular on here, about my cancer. I can tell you that I had that split moment of going, oh shoot, why me? And very quickly the answer came. Thank you, Serena. Very quickly the answer came to me. Why not me? I am human. I'm the same as everybody else. Why did I think I was going to be spared? Oh, because I'm such a good person and I'm of service to people and I've helped so many thousands of people as a counselor. Oh, I'm making fun of myself, honestly, is to say, yeah, you do that because that's who you are. You do that because that also brings you joy. You do that so that you can rest your head at night and feel decent and say, I was a good person today and I deserve a restful night and a peaceful night and good for me. You do that, and it's also self-serving. It's not just being selfish and selfless, and it's not just sharing your experience, strength, and hope with other people. As I will admit to you, it makes me feel good to help other people. There is a secondary gain. There is a benefit to myself. So when I got cancer is the example I can give you, or when I got depression, or when I went through a divorce, of course, my head said, why the hell me? But it had nothing to do with the emotional and spiritual money that I had put in the bank. I had put all this money in the bank of being a good person, but I am a human being. And I'm so glad you needed to hear this, Rochelle. I'm a human being, and I will be challenged, and I will be met with judgment, and I will be met with ridicule. People will betray me. I will be disappointed. I will be hurt. There will be days that I feel like, and I had this day yesterday, and I shared it with 2 or 3 of my dearest friends, is I felt like nobody had my back yesterday. And that was a scary moment for me. Now, if I stay in that and I live in that, and I'll answer Jessica's question, because I said earlier, being raped and assaulted and everything absolutely becomes that's when you're truly being victimized. I'm talking about not victimizing yourself with your own thoughts and saying, I must have done something wrong. I'm not good enough. I've paid it forward. Why is it not being paid back to me? But yeah, yesterday I had that experience, and I had to walk through that and decide, will I allow this feeling of no one's got my back to carry me through my whole day? Or will I decide at this moment that I have a choice in that too? I can look at the situation and say, Nobody has my back. Or I could look at the situation and say, at what point in the story did you need help? Did you express how you were feeling? Did you let other people know what your expectations were and what you needed from them? Can you tell them now that you feel hurt, and to hear from them an amends and accept from them that they feel badly, or they have sorrow, that they've hurt you in some way? And then can you get an acceptance and let that go? So tell me, you guys, if you can relate to that. I'm going to say hi to Tess from Dakota, and Mary, it's true. God bless you too. And Jenna saying, Jesus, yes. And I want to read the rest of Jessica's comment from being raped and abused and then being in abusive relationships. I say this, yes, why me? Why can't I just catch a break? So anybody else feel that way? Feel similar to Jessica, where why can't I catch a break? I want you to send her love. I want you to send her support and guidance. Those of you who are believe in God and want to share prayers with her, I want you to do that. Thank you, Mary and Mila Da Silva. So what I want to say to Jessica is this, is that for whatever reason, hardship comes into our life, and it comes in different ways. Sometimes when we have a theme, and maybe I'll do this on my next talk, of abusive relationships, there's some inventory we have to take to learn how to choose differently for ourselves. When we're abused, we are actually powerless. We didn't choose it. We didn't draw it to ourselves. Someone else is mentally ill and deranged and a hurtful, hateful human being, and they abuse us. But if we grow up having been abused, the younger we are, the more it impacts the way that we develop our personality and the way that we develop relationships with other people. So if you're raped, abused, assaulted from a younger age, like as under your 20s, actually, before your brain is fully developed, you're going to create a mindset that says, there's something wrong with me, and I somehow deserve the pain and suffering that's coming my way. People must believe that I deserve this because people keep bringing it my way. So the challenge then becomes for all of you, and I'm speaking to Jessica in particular, is to start to change that thinking. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I was a victim. I was an innocent child, or an innocent friend, innocent mother, innocent wife, innocent bystander, and I was victimized in some way because the universe is full of good and evil. The earth is, and humanity is, full of good and evil. There are evil people out there. Evil does exist. Bad does exist. And sometimes bad comes in the neighborhood of good, and it's up to us to sweep them out of our neighborhood. So part of it is to learn, how do I become vigilant of the signs of people that are bad? So when bad things happen to good people, if it's in relationship, start thinking about, how did I allow my boundaries to get crossed, or how did I start to become vulnerable to someone who was ultimately going to be bad or mean or hurtful or hateful towards me? Was I too kind? Was I too generous? Did I look away at all the signs when I kept seeing red flags? And this is a great topic, is your own internal intuition. We always know when we're getting it wrong. Something inside of us says, this relationship is not good for me. This is not going to end well. This jerk is yelling and screaming at me on a daily basis. Why am I still here? This woman has lied, cheated, stole, had screwed me over with my best friend and relationship with other men, and I'm still here with her. Why am I tolerating this for myself? So when bad things happen to good people, that's a part we have to take responsibility for. The accidents of life, like I said, car accidents, or being raped, or being assaulted, or being shot, or being in gunfire, or being in any one of the horrific tragedies that we've been seeing over the last 5 years in the United States and abroad, we're powerless over that. Nothing happened for us to draw that. That was just life meeting us on life's terms. But when we're in relationship, we could do something different, you guys. We can start to look at, what am I choosing and what am I tolerating? And we should never tolerate anything less than nurturing, anything less than what we deserve. Anything that makes us feel less about ourselves should be an automatic red flag and a no. Now, I love y'all, and I'm going to town here. It's 10:45, so I usually do this 15 minutes. I would like to read the last couple comments here. I hope that helped Jessica, and I really hope that you all are sending her some love and support, because she has earned that right. Multiple rapes and assaults. We earn that right just by breathing, just by being human and existing. We should have the right to be loved and supported. We shouldn't even have to do anything for that. So let me make that clear. Multiple rapes and assaults. The second I stopped letting them own me, stop making excuses, and just own the facts, I was able to move out of the victim role and into the control seat. That's great advice, Wesley. Thank you for that. Melissa, I lost my oldest son to murder last year, and I ask why. Why did I have to bury a newborn daughter 28 years ago and my oldest son last year? Why do I have to go through? I'm not the only one out there who has gone through or going through this. Thank you for posting this. Dear God, Melissa, you have every right to ask why, and it is so unnatural for a parent to bury their child, and it has to be one of the greatest pains in our lifetime. I have buried so many people, and I cannot imagine it being my child. But I have a cousin who's amazing, and maybe she'll be watching or hearing this. And many, many years ago, when she was giving birth, she gave birth to a stillborn. And a few years later, when she attempted to give birth again, she again gave birth to a stillborn. And it is the first time that I asked another human being, why? Why you? And she said to me, why not me? And she does not know, and I will tell her now that I'm recalling this. This is one of those aha moments. When she said that to me 30 years ago, it changed me internally in my head and how I was questioning my life. And at that time, I was in a horrible marriage. And I was probably saying over and over again, why me, why me, why me? And when she said, why not me? Something woke up on the inside. And if you all watch Joel Osteen, I love that expression. He says something came alive on the inside. It's like God speaking to you, the spirit, the universe, your guardian angels, Buddha, Allah, whatever you believe in that's greater than yourself. It could be nature, starts to speak to you in a tragic event and say, I am a human being and I am powerless over what's happened in my life. Do my children. I did a whole talk about grief and not jumping in the grave when you lose the people that you love so dearly, to not jump in the grave with them. Do they want me to be wallowed and mired down and in the depths of grief and suffering? Would they want me to live the life for them that they didn't get to live? Would they want to see me in joy so that they could be liberated and feel joy in their spiritual life, in their spiritual world, in whatever realm that they are, even if it's only the realm of my imagination and my thought? If I pictured my beautiful children, what they would want for me, they would hate to see me suffer the way I would hate to see them suffer. I know that's not a perfect answer, and I know it doesn't bring them back, but I hope that you hear that, Melissa, and believe that to be true for all the people that I've lost. I lost my very best friend a year and a half ago to brain cancer, and 2 months later I got cancer, and a month after that I lost my father. I so get it. I so get what it is when your people are taken from you. And they are beautiful and they're magnificent, and they deserve for us to talk about them all the time and keep them alive in this way, in this conversation. Even though it feels like a bad thing happening to a good person, it's a life thing happening to a real person. We are all real and imperfect human beings, and we deserve to be loved and supported, especially through our tragic moments. But love and celebrate the people you lost by always remembering them, always talking about them, and always sharing who they were with others. And then some of you do these magnificent things where I see people build foundations and scholarship funds based on the memories of people that they love, to honor them and keep their name and their legacy going. And young people, it doesn't matter how short of a time you've had on the earth, you can always create a legacy. So I hope that helps. And you guys, again, I'd love for you to send your love and support to Jessica and now Melissa here, sharing her story about her children. Oh my gosh, there's so many great comments. You guys, I'm not going to be able to catch them all. Zarina, then I realized it wasn't my fault. I did nothing to bring this on. Good, Zarina. I learned that the sickness was within the person who hurt me. Beautiful. Thank you, Jen, for your support. I understand, Jessica, nothing but love. Thank you, Wesley, for supporting her. Valuable talking. I love your accent. Explains the amount of confidence you have. Thank you, Marwin. My accent is a combination of New York and Cuba. My parents are Cuban, and Miami. So, and the more excited I get, I think the more Cuban I start to sound. Takes two to tango, John. Tracy, that's what I asked him to leave 2 weeks ago after 18 years. Amen, Tracy. I completely understand, and I praise you for that, and I think you'll be rewarded for making the decision of loving and supporting yourself. I'm glad you needed to hear it. Tammy and Lisa, Melissa sending love to Jessica. She's been through the same thing. Bless you. I know from experience that what you're going through is not your fault. You guys should connect with each other. We're victims of sick people. Amen, Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jessica. Thank you for sending her love and me, and I'm glad you love the talks. Karen and Angie and Julie. Oh, I feel your compassion. I have so much compassion, you guys. It's not even... I get teased about that quite a bit, like my heart is going to explode outside my chest sometimes. I thank you all. I wish you a blessed day too, John and Wesley. I am so grateful to have this time with you all. And Karen, hi there from New York. I think I just was there and I love it. That's my city of my birth. And we do nothing to bring all this in our lives. I wish you all the best, and my prayers and bendiciones from Etena and Tracy. Yay! Everybody, prayers and love going up right now. So I will see you Thursday night. I will tackle this topic again. So if you have more, oh, you're so welcome, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad this was your first time listening and you got to receive love and support. That's awesome. I love it. 23 years of addiction, 3 years clean. Yes. Yes. Subamal. You go. Working on pulling victims out of this shit. Amen. I love it. I will be back Thursday night with the same topic. Bad things happen to good people. Feel free to share some things that happened to you and how it's inspired you. You can go on my page and make comments. You can send me messages on Messenger. I'm pretty good about responding. Some of you all have communicated with me that way. And on my live, again, I'll always read your comments. It's not confidential. I'm not acting as a therapist, so it's all out there. Your stuff's out there. My stuff's out there. We're all in it together, okay? So bless you all, and I'll see you Thursday night, 6:30 California, Pacific Coast time, all right? 9:30 back east, 8:30 Central Mountain, and all over the world. Do the math. All right. God bless you all. See you soon.